Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're so excited you're here because this is the start of an unforgettable European adventure. Before we set sail, we're spending a few days exploring one of the world's most historic cities, Rome, Italy. From walking through the Colosseum and visiting the Vatican to tossing a coin in the Trevi Fountain and enjoying authentic Italian food, we'll be sharing all the incredible sights and experiences along the way. Then it's time to board Royal Caribbean's Odyssey of the Seas for an amazing Greek Isles cruise. We'll be visiting the breathtaking islands of Santorini and Mykonos, exploring the ancient city of Ephesus in Turkey, and wrapping up our adventure in beautiful Naples, Italy. So if you love cruising, travel tips, amazing destinations, and unforgettable experiences, be sure to hit that subscribe button and let's get this adventure started. All right, we've got an incredible view this morning coming into Santorini. Just look at those cliffs. Oh my gosh, that's incredible. Alright, good morning. We are headed to breakfast. We're actually going to do brunch in the dining room today since our tour, we have to meet at noon. So we wanted to kind of have a little bit, more kind of in between breakfast, lunch. So we are headed to the main dining room for that. So just a little tip for that. You don't have to eat in the buffet, the Windjammer. You can eat breakfast any day in the main dining room if you like. So that's where we're headed. And then we have to meet at noon for our excursion. So we just docked in Santorini. Santorini is a tender port, so there are people that are meeting their tenders to get off the ship. All right, so I got a piece of French toast to start, but then I have eggs and hash browns and bacon coming. Mike was able to get gluten-free blueberry pancakes, and they brought him 2 orders of it.
I don't know why.
Hey, I'm gonna go with it. Hudson got chicken and waffles, and they got French toast and some eggs and hash browns. We got omelets down there, pancakes, eggs, bacon. Alright, so we are here in the theater. We're getting ready to take our excursion. We received our tickets. So you actually, if you have an excursion, you will need to make sure that you have a ticket. It's usually brought to your stateroom, but if for some reason it didn't end up there, like actually ours and some other people in our group, the ticket didn't end up in our stateroom, which is fine. You can just go to guest services and have them reprint it for you. You need to make sure you have that ticket. You also have to have your CPAS card. If you use the WOW bands, you can't use those to get off and on the ship. You have to use your actual CPAS card, and then you need some form of ID. So depending on where you're traveling, you might actually need a passport to bring with you, whatever. Sometimes you can bring a driver's license or a picture of your passport, but you just need to have some form of ID, and they'll be able to tell you each day, what the requirements are and what you need to bring. But yeah, we're just hanging out here in the theater, waiting for our excursion to begin, and then we're going to be heading over to Santorini. So we got off the sea shuttle, which takes us to a different port, which is the Amudi port. And we're gonna get on buses, I believe, and then they're gonna take us up to the town of Ia. Alright, so we came into one of the jewelry shops to check out some of the things they have. Okay, so we finished up our time in Iya, and there was a bus waiting for us, and it took us to Fira. So our group is now just walking up to kind of the center of town, and we'll get to explore more here. Our tour also included cable car tickets, so we did not have to purchase those. That was included in what we paid for the excursion, and then we can take the cable car down whenever we want to. You also do not have to reserve the tender on the way back through the ship. You can just go at your leisure, and they just come, every so often. So the last one I think is at 10:15. So we probably won't stay that late, but we have a reservation for dinner here tonight, so I'm gonna do that. But right now we'll explore around a little more in the town of Fira, and then be able to just go back whenever we want. Alright, we came in a jewelry store in Greece because Hudson's item that he was looking for was a chain. So that's what he got. What'd you get him? They got a couple bracelets.
Got this one.
Well, this one you already had.
Yeah, I already had that one.
This one's new, and this one's new. Very nice. And then you got this ring. Yep, you and Mike's got matching ones. Oh, you see your matching rings?
Oh yeah, they're not matching.
Well, similar, yeah, very cute. Alright, so I think the boys were finishing up in the jewelry shops. I think Brayden was getting a watch as well, and then we are going to be heading to dinner. I reserved a restaurant ahead of time for one that kind of has some good views of the ocean, so I'm gonna go do that here in just a minute, but see if Brayden was able to find a watch.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Nice.
Very nice, Ray.
Yeah.
I like it. Alright, so we're gonna eat dinner here at the Vine, which is a restaurant overlooking the water. So just right up the stairs there. We will check it out. Thank you. Here, yeah, you guys can go in.
Or we need another person.
I would like.
There's 5 on the inside.
Okay.
Oh wait.
All right, so we got some pita bread and tzatziki to start. So All looks really good. So most of us got our food. Mine's still coming, but Mike and my dad both got the catch of the day, which was a red snapper, and it came whole, and they deboned it and everything right there next to the table. So
Yeah.
Hudson and Braden and my mom all got burgers, and Henley got seafood pasta with shrimp since she now likes shrimp. Do you need some help, Henley, for us to? She might need some help. Alexa just got plain pasta, and Melissa got chicken risotto, which is what I got too. So that should be coming here in a second.
You gotta eat it.
All right, so I got the chicken risotto with some black truffle on top. Looks really good.
Can I pet it?
Yeah, if it lets you.
You know, I don't want to get really like. Cute.
So, ready?
Bad cat.
9, so 9.
The girls are counting how many cats they've found.
9. 11 cats.
Probably seen it.
5 dogs.
Yeah. I told you Santorini was a good place to come for jewelry, right? That's all you see. I know.
There's like not a whole lot.
Yeah, we'll find a bench.
Not a whole lot, what?
It's mostly like for like.
Oh, a lot of it is, yeah.
He originally like brought out like a gold.
Oh no.
He originally brought out.
Aperol Spritz.
There you go. You have your arm
You like chocolate?
Oh, the brownie looks good.
Yeah, but you can definitely tell the cross-contamination. Like I can see like chunks of brownie in the bubble gum.
Oh, yeah. No, I know I'm not getting it.
No. Yeah.
Lava Santorini.
It's dark coconut.
And then Netflix flavor.
Got what flavor?
Netflix flavor. Salted butter and popcorn. Okay, we're not going to get some right now. We can maybe get some in a little bit.
Netflix flavor.
Okay, so here's our sunset view from Fira. You can see the boats. There's our ship. And you can also see the cable car. This is where we're gonna head down and then take the tender boat back to the ship. But gorgeous view. So here's the cable car line. Sometimes this can get really busy, but at the end of the day, it's not bad. And it's nice that our excursion already included the tickets for this. Otherwise, they're 10 euros per person. I think the age was 5 and up, so under 5 was free. right, we're sailing away from Santorini, and we're actually passing by the town of Ia right now, where we went first this morning. Back off in the distance over there is the town of Fira, where we just were docked near. And here's Ia. This day was just absolutely incredible. 10 out of 10 recommend coming here. It was definitely a bucket list day for me, and it makes me want to come back for sure. Okay, so just wanted to come on and wrap up a couple of things about our day in Santorini. I wanted to let you guys know that I don't think I had mentioned it before, but the name of the excursion that we booked was called Sea Shuttle and Ia Exploration, and that we paid $125 a person for that, and I thought it was well worth it because it included, the boat over to the other port, which is not normally, it's not where the tender boats go, so you'd have to figure out a way to get over there, or you'd have to take a taxi over to Ia and then back. So it included, we got to do that boat ride there, and then included the bus, and then we got time to spend in Ia, and then the bus from Ia to Fira. So sometimes it can be a little difficult to get a taxi or whatever there sometimes, so I just felt like that was worth it. And then it also included our cable car tickets to come back down the cable car, so I feel like it gave us a good amount of time in each place, and so I think definitely well worth it. And it was just good to have that kind of security, peace of mind, knowing that we were taken care of on all the transportation end by Royal, so we didn't have to worry about getting stuck somewhere or anything like that. So so I really liked that. I think kids enjoyed it, and we had a great dinner. I had just kind of looked up some restaurants. There's tons of them in the area that have some really good views, overlooking the water, but the one that we went to was called The Vine. I think it was good. The food was really good, and just we were able to make a reservation, so definitely that was really good. So overall, I think it turned out really well. We came back on the ship, and girls went and swam in the pool for a bit. Boys are at the teen club still, I think.
Oh boy.
So anyway, they wanted to go hang out, so doing that. But tomorrow we have Ephesus, so be sure to watch for that one. We're going to be doing another Royal sponsored excursion with that, so I'll be able to follow along for that. But we'll call it a night for now, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and follow along for more Carter Family Travels.